Well, welcome to Richie's Roost, Shaco, Mississippi, on a cloudy, cool morning. It's really nice. Glad you could join us. I usually have these little videos out every Tuesday, but I missed it by a day today because I changed plans, which I'm prone to do, as some of you may know. But I'd like to read something to you and then talk about why we did change dates. In the Holy Bible, Acts, the book of Acts, chapter 2, verse 17, says, "In the last days, God says, I'll pour out my spirit on all people. Your sons and daughters will prophesy. Your young men will see visions. Your old men will dream dreams." Well, this old man dreamed a dream. I woke up yesterday morning in a cold sweat and decided not to have the same video that I had planned, but to talk to you about something else this morning. Took me another day to get it together. Hopefully it'll make some sense to you. But I had a dream. I usually don't remember dreams, unlike my bride, who not only remembers her dreams, she remembers colors in her dreams. So my remembering this dream was very unusual. I woke up dreaming that I had had a conversation with two combatants in the thick of two critical battles during World War II. I don't remember their names or even if they were named in the dream, but one was a paratrooper who dived off into the darkness in the initial stages of the Normandy invasion, and the other was a Marine in a foxhole dug in the black sand of Iwo Jima. We were all sitting there talking together. I don't know how the three of us got together in one place with two other places described and the battle sounds going on in Normandy and Iwo Jima, but we were all there together in those two places with the battle raging in both places. So we were engaged in a three-way conversation. But they were fixated on their conversation with me. These were young men in their late teens or early 20s. I had some of those in my battery when I was commanding a battery, an artillery battery back in the 60s in the Army. Young tigers, warriors, good men. Well, they knew that I was of a later generation and they were curious about future events and devices and lifestyles they could experience once the war was over and they were back in the States. The expression on their faces evidenced wonder as they listened to the lifestyles they could expect through the use of things like air conditioners in homes and cars. Didn't have those before they went over there. They had interstate that was 4-lane highways stretching through the length and breadth of the whole country, creating the means to travel and relocate. Television was available to everybody, bringing news and football games, picture shows, not movies, picture shows in those days, and documentaries right into homes, first in snowy black and white, and then in stunning color and clarity. Let me think, what else? Oh, airplanes without propellers that could cross the country in a couple of hours or less. Medical breakthroughs like the vaccine that could eliminate the dreaded scourge of polio, and magnetic resonance imaging MRI machines, organ transplants, to name a few. Rockets that could place men on the moon and return them to the earth alive and well. And computers and smartphones that have had an incredible impact on people's lifestyles. Now but see, those are just products, and we talked about those. They couldn't believe what they were hearing, waiting on them when they got back. Well, but those were just products. Well, what about lifestyles, beliefs, attitudes, and the habits of our people and government? Well, as of the year 2023, only about 38% of our people now consider religion important in their lives. 38%. Millions of illegal immigrants invade our borders. Our military is weak, run by woke leaders, and woke is a term coined in the last couple of years, meaning stupid, weak-minded, politically driven, and other unlovely adjectives. Our adversaries don't fear us. We've relinquished our energy independence in our witless, arrogant idea that we can actually change the climate to whatever the changed climate should be. Our decrepit president is the product of what a lifetime in government without a clue of what a real occupation is like, and who has become very wealthy on his government earnings. Or maybe maybe $1 million or $2 received from some of the nation's adversaries. Washington is an incestuous organization. It's commonly known as the Deep and Wide Swamp. Classified documents leak from the Pentagon. The dollar is in danger of losing its position as the leading world currency because of our increasing national debt. By the way, the average taxpayer now owes about $250,000 should the company be forced to repay its debt. Our people fear receiving, our people fear receiving any correspondence from the government, especially from the IRS or the FBI. Mass shootings occur on a regular basis. Drugs provided by gangs saturate the country, producing hundreds of thousands of addicts and deaths. Police departments are diminishing because of woke municipal governments. Great numbers of our people now suspect the validity of our election results. And we're beginning to separate into tribes recognized by either race, abortion position, conservative, liberal, homosexual, transsexual, straight, green group, or any other myriad of persuasions. The politics have stooped to spying on opponents. Lies are commonplace by cheap politicians. There are multiple levels of justice, and the press is lazy and incompetent. I've left out a few things, like incredible profanity replacing adequate vocabulary becoming commonplace, legislators screaming obscenities while in session, imbecilic whining for reparations. Those are a few things, but that's the country's general condition. Well, when I said these things, the countenance on the soldiers and Marines' faces changed. That's not what I'm fighting for, or suffering for, or dying for. Sounds to us like some serious changes need to occur. I don't know whether I was just dreaming or whether I actually heard them, but I heard what sounded like hundreds of thousands of voices emanating from hundreds of thousands of graves marked by white crosses or stars of David all over the world, or watery graves at the bottom of oceans, or unmarked graves. Hundreds of thousands of graves of our young people saying the same thing. That's not the country I remember and died for. I'm Jim Ritchie. I'll see you again next time.